Hey, folks, welcome to That's on Florida, your weekly dose of sunshine and insanity. I'm your host, Mike Herlihy, joined in studio with our producer, Erick Rivera, and as always, the Duke of Daytona, the Prince of Pompano, the King of Kissimmee, the Lord of Lehigh himself, Mr. Omgitwicks. How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
So listen, I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm getting by, man. It's been a long week. I think the last time we talked to you, you had just done that Court of Dreams with Hard Rock Bets and the Orlando Magic, and you had just finished it, but you felt like you were going to be sore in a couple of days. How are you recovering, man?
I recovered. Like, I took this weekend off. I didn't do any, crazy Florida stuff. Normally, I have a side mission or two, but this week I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just relax, hang out with the family, because I know the next couple weeks we're gonna be pretty busy. So
I was going to say, you had a little downtime last weekend, but you got something pretty big coming up this coming weekend, right? What you got going on?
So I'm actually golfing with the Mike Alstott Foundation. I missed last year because I just had the baby. But the year before I went and I had a blast. I don't know how to golf. I'm horrible. Like, the game is weak, but I have a blast every time. Like, I was driving a golf cart. It was, they let me hit it. It landed in the water a lot of times. I knew they eventually towards the end, they kind of taught me how to, like, at least hold, the club. But listen, it was a bad situation, but I had a blast. So.
Had you never, were you even a mini golfer or anything when you were a kid? Did you have any experience on any green at any size growing up?
So the last time I actually went golfing, growing up, I was a kid. And I remember this. I was wearing like this cream colored outfit. I don't know why I had a cream color outfit on playing golf. I don't know
I'll tell you why. Because your dad saw Tiger Woods making millions of dollars and said, I'm going to have the next one. I'm going to make this happen.
I wish I had that excuse, but I'm 42, so this was before Tiger Woods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like a kid, maybe like 8, 9, and it was during like a summer camp, and they took us out there, and I remember this. I had a cream colored outfit. Keep that in mind. And I'm running down the hill, and I don't know what happened. My feet left the ground, and I slid all the way down this hill in a cream colored outfit.
It was cream colored outfit.
Nice.
The whole back was like muddy, the whole thing, and I had to keep it on all day. So needless to say, that was the last time I went golfing, because every time I think about golfing, that's what comes to my head, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this again.
Yeah, every time I've happened to watch professional golf, I've realized, I think I'm more of a caddy guy. I'm more of a caddy. I'm more of a guy who's going to sit back and tell you what you did wrong after you did it, than actually go out there and do it myself.
That is exactly who he is.
That being said, our producer Erick, he's a bit of a demon on the links, right? Aren't you out there? He comes from a family. Your dad's a golfer. Wasn't your brother designing golf courses or into golf maintenance for a while?
Oh no, he wanted to go. He wanted to live in Orlando because that's where Q School is, which is college for golfers. And he wanted to learn how to do grass maintenance, for golf courses. They both play, but just like me, they're weekend warriors. Nothing.
So you got any tips for Wicks going into the weekend? Anything you can tell him?
No, he said the exact thing. Have fun. That's it. Plain and simple. You have to have a good time.
That.
Because
and talk trash.
If you can't find the fun in it, it is a completely frustrating game, because you're literally like wondering, why can I not hit this little ball, this little thing right over there, like 100 yards? Why can't I do that?
The only time I've ever even been to a driving course, I think, was 1994, right around there. I was playing hockey a lot, and the movie Happy Gilmore came out with Adam Sandler. And all of a sudden, I just thought to myself, hey, I got a decent slap shot. I can play golf. So it was in Stuart, Florida, the type of place you go and buy a bucket of balls for like $5 or $8 at the time. And me, a bunch of the hockey guys went down there, and we were actually there trying to do that wonky, take a couple of steps back, running slap shot. And we were there for about 7 minutes. This was before Top Golf with all their fancy nets and everything. It was just a big open field. And some dude just came up. He's like, guys, if you don't leave, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, okay, dude. We were just
all right.
Can we keep the balls? But I'm glad you got some rest, man. I'm glad you got some much needed family time in, because I always feel bad when I see your family now, when they do make it out to shows, because I know they're happy that you're having fun and these shows are successful and they're enjoying the venues, but I also get a little side eye every now and then from your kid, like, you take my dad away every weekend now. So I'm glad that you get to hang out with them a little bit.
Oh no, they get tired of me. Like, they listen. I bother them all week. Like, before I come in here, I'll be in their rooms. Like, I'm bothering them all week. I pick them up.
So that's the plan.
Yeah. Like, I by the time the weekend comes, they're like, Dad, go enjoy your show. Just have fun.
They're disappointed to find out you're off. They're like, oh, you're here? I woke up and you're still here? Yeah.
They did that this weekend. They're like, don't you got something this weekend? I'm like, no. They be like, oh. Like, what do y'all mean? Oh, like, we could do something. They're like, no, we're good. We're good. All right.
I don't know if I told you, part of the fun for me and Ken Miller now is we do these amazing shows and we get to play these great venues and we get to meet these awesome fans and we have such a good time when we're on the road with Wicks. But Wicks never had the experience of doing the other shows that we do the rest of the year. So now what me and Ken like to do is whenever we're at like one of those shows, we send Wicks pictures of the places we're at that look nothing like the venues. Like Thursday night last week, I was in a little bar that decided they wanted to do church clean comedy. And they told me they wanted clean comedy. I'm like, okay, I show up and there's like 40 people there. They didn't tell me it was for a church group at a bar, which I don't know if you've been to a bar, but churchgoers aren't the people that you want at your bar because you want, let's face it, you want the other team's side at the bar. It's who you want. You want people drinking up. Plus, I do clean comedy all the time. Not a big deal. Wicks's shows are family friendly. This was a different level because there were 7 and 8 year old children in the audience that they didn't tell me about.
At a bar?
At a bar. Because it was technically one of those restaurants that is also has a bar area. It was still a fun show. But the next night, and this is the one that got me, I do these gated communities from time to time, and they have event centers. And me and Ken Miller, we drive out to Wesley Chapel out there a little bit above Tampa. And we go to this gated community and we ask where the clubhouse is. And they're like, oh, it's not finished being built yet because it's a new development. So they point me to a model home. And I kid you not, I walk in, they have 20 seats set up in the kitchen. Then they have the sliding glass door open with 50 people on the patio, and they have a mic stand right in between the two. And they wanted us to do kind of comedy in the round in this house. So I just sent him a video. I'm like, this is what happens when you're not with us. This is what we do. This is what we do for 0.05% of what we get paid.
But listen, I don't think you know how funny it was, because I had a couple people that was like, "Hey, come to Wesley Chapel." So I'll like if enough people ask us to come to a place, I always make a post. I'll be like, "Hey, do y'all want us to come to this in this case Wesley Chapel?" And Mike comments, "Well, I know a model home I can get you into," and I laughed for about 30 minutes to an hour. And Char was like, "You still laughing?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's hilarious."
I'll post the video up on the Facebook page later on. But when I tell you it's a nice house, but minimum $600,000. That house I showed you, which 20 years ago would just been your friend had a nice house.
Yeah,
that wasn't a $600,000. Man, I drive by now and I like to play that game with Zillow. Like, how much does that house cost?
Yeah,
I'll look it up. And some of these houses that you're like, man, that's like $450,000, $890,000.
Yeah,
Florida, I think I saw an article the other day where we are now in the top for like basically on unaffordable rent. Like, we're there. We are that state that is just ridiculous to live in. Yeah, crazy, right?
I can see it. I see
Erick wants to fact check me. He's already on the backside. That's fine.
I'm not fact checking that.
Yeah.
That's all.
So that was a good time. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I know it's getting crazy now because I saw a transplant arguing with a snowbird, telling them to go back, and I was conflicted in the conversation because the transplant was like, "Yeah, you need to go back," and then I click on it, and obviously he's from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know those Jersey guys. Think they know everything.
All right.
They know it all, man.
Nah, he was from Minnesota. But
yeah,
it was
someone told
Minnesota.
me once.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If Jersey is so great, how come the Statue of Liberty has its back turned towards it?
Just stop. You know what, Wicks? Just continue with your story. A little interruption there. We didn't need that. We'll edit that out. I'll edit that out.
You had the snowbird and the transplant. The funny thing is the snowbird's probably been coming down for 45 years now.
Yeah.
The transplant got here last week, and they're like, we're closed.
Yeah, we're closed. I'm like, no. You can't say that. You haven't
That's our
been
thing.
through enough hurricanes to say that. You haven't dealt with the flooding yet.
You know, you've told me that before. Like, so many people ask at shows, like, I've been in Florida 40 years. When do I become a real Floridian? And the rest of the audience will shout out, never. You know, they're so protective of that Floridian status. But you actually came up with a good little, I feel like a compromise. If you weren't born here, you're never going to be a Floridian. But what can you be?
You could be a step Floridian. But that's only reserved for like the cool people, because you got people that move here and they're so Florida, like they live just like us, like they're at the hurricane party, and then they've been here forever. So I always like step Floridians, like y'all cool with me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm the nice one. Right. You have people that are very angry that are like from here, and like if you ask that question to somebody else, most people will be cool, but you got some. But
you know, that's the nice thing about being the official, unofficial ambassador to Florida. You have the power to just grant. You can just anoint people and just put people in positions and make them ambassadors to all these small towns. Like that's the power you wield nowadays.
Like, you don't want to give me that type of power. I'm telling you, like, don't.
Nah, man. I'm just I'm hoping when I'm ready to retire and we're not working together, you just give me one of the keys, just any one of the keys.
You pick one. You pick one, and we can make it happen.
All right, just don't tell those transplants like, oh, we got this great spot in the Everglades. Let me show you real quick. You can here.
No, they're scared of the Everglades. Listen, they don't. I always be like, y'all going to the Everglades? They be like, Everglades. Never mind.
Yeah. And that's where you hung out for weekends just for kicks, right?
Just for fun. Like we were out there for fun. So I go out there a lot. Like I'll just drive to the Everglades and just drive around and get out, walk around.
I've never been.
For real?
I've never been.
Wait till y'all come to Naples.
What is it? It's Alligator Alley, which is that 75, the road that goes through?
Yes. But
I've driven on that, but I've never been in the Everglades.
Oh, we're doing the Everglades. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, I have to see that. I have to see that. You have to take him.
If we do, we'll wait for Eric to come down from Jersey because I know mosquitoes like him, and that will be. That's like my youngest son. He's got really fair skin and like light hair. And I love when I go to upstate New York with him because the horse flies go right to him. So I'll hang out with him all day and just be like, oh, bud, are they getting you? But hey, it's better you than me, man.
Man, all those years I lived in Florida, I would stand right next to Mike. Then they're all over me. Like, I think it's a blood thing, right? Like,
they like you because they like that Latin blood. You're a spicy meatball,
Yeah, exactly.
So, the Everglades. The Everglades mosquitoes, they bite through jeans and everything. But when we do Naples again, because Naples is like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from the Everglades. So we're doing an airboat ride. I'm just letting you know. I'm already planning it. I already talked to some people.
I remember when we were down in Naples last time, there were people come up to you in line that wanted to kidnap you right then and there. They're like, we can go frog gigging right now. We got the boat hooked up to the truck.
Because they know I'm about it. Like, I'm about that. Like, let's pull off right now.
You're like, I got Rudy, I got a camera. Let's go make some content. Let's go.
Rudy's always looking at me like, come on, man. Like, you gonna really do this? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, why not? What's the worst that can happen? It's always my motto. I never want to find out though. So
just say yes. Yeah. Has things changed a little bit since you had the kid a year ago though? Now are you starting to look at things and go, man, I can't be doing that. Like I can't go skydiving. I can watch you skydive. Like, is there stuff that's off your list? Because now you're like, man, I gotta be around for another 40 years.
Kinda. I don't like. So I don't want to get injured because I take care of him. Primarily through the week while his mom is working, like he's with me. So I can't be injured because now he walks and he walks a lot. Like he goes everywhere. So I got to be able to keep up with him. So it's more so I don't want to get injured right now.
Yeah. And Eric being a new dad come August, I can attest to that, man. There's a time when you're just like, the kid's born and you're in awe and you're happy that you created that. But after like 3 months, you're just looking at that and one of those little pillows it's lying on, and you're like, you going to do something? Can you like do something? And then, man, once they start moving,
it's over.
You're gonna long for the days you could just set them down and leave them somewhere, because you turn your back for a second. It's like, how'd you get on top of the refrigerator, man?
Yes.
What's going on?
Char's going through
the
that
cat,
Dad. Let go of the cat.
Let go of the cat.
Listen, my cats, that when Jackson touches the ground, my cats disappear. Like, they disappear. They know it's about to go down. And Char's actually going through that right now, because when he was starting to like crawl and stuff, she was like, oh, I can't wait for him to do more. I can't wait for him. I'm like, all right, you're gonna learn. You know, I got 2 other kids, so I've been through it. She's learning now. She was like, I just missed the days where he just took naps. And I was like, I tried to tell you, this was the greatest time.
This is the great time. This is the good time. You put them somewhere, they're still there when you get back. They like to sleep a lot, you know, and
they're not.
And once they realize they're mobile, all of a sudden the world is. Like, I remember everybody told me, like, when I had my first kid, they're like, oh, you got to go buy these latches because you got to keep them out of the medicine cabinet. Baby. You got to keep them out of where you keep the cleaning stuff under the toilet. And I bought those latches, but then I put them on things like my DVD case and my liquor cabinet and my Transformers collection, because once you realize baby proof in the house isn't keeping your baby safe from the house, it's keeping your stuff safe from the baby is what it really is. And they're like, well, what if he gets into like the Windex or something? I'm like, well, that's the guy at the poison control center's job to know that, right? Like, I'll dial the number after that. What am I? You know, I'm no genius.
Listen, these kids are wild, man. I'm telling you. So now I just try to stay healthy enough to where I can chase them around. But I still say, like I'm waiting to go shark diving. I'm still doing that, by the way. And skydiving, I'm just I don't want to like pass out up there. You ever see the people on the slingshot and they get up there to the top and they pass out? That's gonna be me. Like, I already know it, so I don't want that video floating around.
I always
be passed out.
I'll never do one of those slingshot things. Number one, I get motion sick, man. But then also, I've seen 3 different things on those. I've seen where the guy doesn't latch the person in properly, and then they're loose, and the parents trying to hold them down. I've seen the ones where the people almost choke themselves, you know, because the strap gets up under them one day. And then I've seen the one you're talking about. And my favorite is, okay, when they pass out, that's fine. I like the ones who pass out on the way up, wake up on the way down, relive it all over again, then pass out again, and then wake up again. It's like when goats faint and fall asleep. And the whole time, no matter what, the parent is laughing at their kid for like blacking out.
Yeah. See, that'll be me. Like that, I'll be passed out. Like, I'm letting you know now, I'm going down. It's gonna be an easy fight. I'm not actually gonna fight at all. I'm just gonna pass out. So skydiving, I think that's where I'm at. So I'm a little nervous, but pretty much anything else is on the the zip lining in Ocala, that's off the table right now. I saw how high that was. That's off the table.
Not a heights guy?
No, not at all.
Really?
Not at all.
Eric used to work. What studio was it you worked in New York that had the floor where you could walk out and like see below?
Oh yeah, yes. I used to work for HBO, and the building that they occupy is called Hudson Yards, and the building's called the Edge, or up top, where it's a glass floor. It's at, I think, 106 floors, all the way up. And so the floor is glass, and you see all the way down, and people have parties there, like private parties, like you know, raves, all this kind of stuff. I'm not good with heights either. I remember when I was working in that building, it was like I was on the 47th floor, and that still to me was like, no. I'll take the cubicle that doesn't face anything. Thank you, please.
I think it's the Grand Canyon that has like a glass walkway or glass bridge. And one of the videos I saw was a woman who got down on her hands and knees because she got like 5 or 10 feet out and just froze. So she was doing the whole, and everybody else is just walking by her normally, like looking at her. I'm like, nobody's going to help this lady, man.
Right? Just push her down or something. I'm not like push her down, but like slide her across the walkway. But yeah, that'll be me. That'll be me for sure.
The top of Rockefeller Center, which is like where NBC is and stuff, Saturday Night Live, all that stuff. The top has a viewing platform, but they added, I'm not joking, like a platform that raises like a steel beam where you sit, you know, on it. You get buckled in.
Oh, I've seen that.
And then the beam turns, and then you're over on a beam.
And you pay to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it was in Vegas. Was it Vegas? Yeah, I think it was Vegas where they have you're leaning backwards and then they push you up and drop you down a glass slide that goes around one of the.
They got that.
Good.
And you pay for that. You pay good money to do that.
Pay for all that. They got where you jump from the stratosphere, which is that thing that looks like
the Space Needle.
Space Needle. Yeah. They literally rappel down.
And you know what's funny? There's someone listening to this right now going, all of that is what I do. That's my jam.
Right?
All of that.
I'm doing all like I'm Florida like this, but heights.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
You're in the right state to not like heights. I mean, that's kind of our thing. Like 3 stories. Where are we climbing Everest? Get out of here.
And the part of Florida that I was raised in, there's no hills. Like there's no hills down here. It's flat.
Down in Immokalee.
You know, everything is flat. We don't do all of that height stuff.
Speaking of our great state of Florida, you guys ready to get into this week's Florida man stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We got some good ones this week, and this one hits close to home for you, Wicks, because I know your little man's 2 favorite people in the world are Elmo and Miss Rachel.
Yes.
Like I've called you before. I'm like, man, I'll let you get back to your kid. And you're like, no. Miss Rachel's on. He's not going to pay attention to me for the next hour or so. Yes. And I'll hear the music in the background. Well, here's the thing. Let me see if I can get the image up for you guys. There we go. Parents in Hollywood, Florida were hoping for songs for littles, but they ended up with a big-time controversy. The Jolly Ice Dessert Parlor is under fire after a meet and greet featuring beloved children's YouTuber Miss Rachel turned out to be anything but the real deal. Dozens of families arrived at the shop last week to find an impersonator in pink headbands and overalls instead of the internet icon. While the shop eventually updated its promotional flyers to include the word impersonator, parents claimed the original ads were misleading, using actual photos of the real Miss Rachel. The story has taken an even stranger turn this week. The woman allegedly behind the impersonation, 56-year-old Meredith Jamie Williams Landards, has been arrested. However, she isn't facing charges for the performance. Instead, she was picked up in Broward County on charges of retail theft and grand theft related to separate incidents. Records show her bail was set at $2,500. Online critics have already dubbed her Miss Criminal, while the real Miss Rachel remains busy teaching toddlers valuable lessons. In fact, I hear this week they're learning all about the trademark infringement clause. So,
right.
But man, I gotta tell you, you actually told me about this, Wicks, and I didn't believe it. I had to look it up. And number one, when you look at these pictures, and if you're listening, go ahead, check us out on YouTube. If you look at these pictures, all I can say is, women, you guys have a totally unfair advantage with makeup, all right? Because one does not look like the other here. Like I got this woman's mugshot, and I got her when she's dressed up as Miss Rachel. And I will say this, she does not look like Miss Rachel, but she also does not look like the woman in the mugshot either.
Look, and you see the way the baby is looking at her? The baby like, you're not Miss.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, this baby's like, this isn't real. She's not. That's not her. That's
Do yourself a favor. Google this story because there's so many videos out there of this encounter. There was lines around the block to meet this woman because they all thought it was the real Miss Rachel, and nobody knew till they got to the end of the line. And you can hear the commentary of fathers in the background. Some of these videos like, Miss Rachel Ma. You know, look at that baby's face though. That baby knows that ain't the real thing.
Not at all.
That baby like, y'all got me meeting somebody else. They don't listen. As a person that watched Miss Rachel, they could have got closer than that. Like they could have got closer than this woman. And the fact that she went to jail the next week is probably the most Florida thing that I've ever. Like you go from a kid's party or a kid's meet and greet to jail for retail theft. I mean, I figured that's Florida right there. That's
and now
it could happen.
Here's the thing: when I was researching the story, it turns out that the ice cream shop, the Jolly Ice Dessert Parlor down there in Hollywood, Florida, they did put out another flyer saying "Meet Miss Rachel impersonator." But a bunch of parents came out and said, no, they changed that after the event was already happening. Yeah, but the flyer they used had Miss Rachel on it. There was no word of impersonator. And man, I think you're right, dude. The funniest part of that thing is go check out these videos because this ain't the only baby to give this look.
And what was
that is
Mike? What was the font of the impersonator right on the flyer? It's like big, huge letters, Miss Rachel, and then impersonator.
Oh no! When they got caught, they put impersonator pretty big, but they fixed on the digital flyers. But if you see these videos, the line goes around the block. People really thought they were going to meet Miss Rachel, and the way they had the meet and greet set up is you did not see Miss Rachel until you got to the very front of the line, went around this corner. But I imagine it was just a bunch of people walking out going, "Don't waste your time, man. Don't waste your time in there.
Don't do."
And you're
right. I don't know who that is.
They could have got someone better than that. But then the fact that this woman 2 days later ends up in retail theft and grand theft, and man, I don't know. I guess when you're a Miss Rachel impersonator and you look nothing like Miss Rachel, you're gonna have to steal from time to time to get by.
You got some side missions,
That's ridiculous. Let me ask you: if your kid loves Miss Rachel, would he have been heartbroken at this?
Oh yeah, would
he have been fooled?
Yeah, he wouldn't have been fooled. If he would have seen her, he would have instantly been like looking at me like, all right, it's time to go. Like, Daddy, let's go and get out of here, because this is not, I don't know who this is, but this is not Miss Rachel.
I saw that ice cream and bounce house on the way in. Let's swing back to that.
Yeah,
this is not Miss. I know Miss Ray Ray. This ain't her. This ain't her.
I don't want to hear her sing anything. I don't want to hear her tell me to clap or any of that. But no, this was a crazy situation. I saw it and it caught my attention because my son is, he's Miss Rachel. He loves Miss Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, if you put on Miss Rachel, no matter what he's doing, he's stopping what he's doing to watch Miss Rachel. It doesn't matter what he doesn't do this for Elmo. He'll do it for Elmo.
Right.
But like Miss Rachel, it's whatever, no matter what he's doing. He can be in the middle of causing chaos. Miss Rachel comes on and he's stopping. So if he would have saw this, I'm pretty sure this wouldn't went well.
And it's also gotta be weird just for Miss Rachel. Like, I get there are Miss Rachel, like, how you can hire Disney princesses and superheroes. Yeah. So there are companies that send out like Miss Rachel and stuff like that. But yourself being someone who has dealt with quote unquote identity theft in the celebrity world, what's that like, man? Knowing that there's people out there just pretending to be you. Is it weird?
That's weird. That's weird. I had someone, what's crazy? I actually had someone maybe a few weeks ago. They reached out to me and said that it was nice seeing me at, was it Daytona? And I'm like, I wasn't in Daytona. They were like, yeah, you were. You were taking pictures with everyone. And I was like, I was home. What are you talking about? I was home. And they were like, no, you were in Daytona. You were taking pictures with everyone. And I was like, that's crazy. So I guess the person was pretending to be me.
That's always fun for me when someone's like, met Vanilla Ice last night, and they take a picture, and so a dude that looks nothing like Vanilla Ice, unless you were already 5 shots in, or Ice Cube swung by Walmart. Did he? Was Ice Cube?
Was that him?
In fact, the first time I went up to New Jersey to visit Erick, and he took me into New York City, I thought everybody was walking around was a celebrity because we're in New York City. So I'm like, anyone who looks slightly like a celebrity, I'm like, is that Christopher Walken? That's definitely Sylvester Stallone. And I was going to start a whole page of I almost met with my random lookalikes out there. But you never know, because with celebrities, some of them will be like, hey, man, anyone ever tell you look like Kevin Bacon? They're like, I get it all the time. And they'll walk by, and then you'll find out later it was Kevin Bacon.
It wasn't, yeah.
And he didn't lie to you. He just said, I get that all the time. So
because he probably gets to the law, all the time. But no,
man,
definitely.
I get tired of telling people there is one Omgitwicks guy on Facebook. He's got like 266,000 followers.
He's good.
He is impossible to take down, man. And he's got so many people fooled. Like, if you are following Wicks on Facebook and it doesn't say Omgitwicks and then have the little blue check mark or Josh Wicks Robinson, then you're following the wrong Omgitwicks. That's it. Yeah. Just get to it. Shut it down. You can try report it, but they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, they're good. I don't know how they did it. Dwayne actually texted me today, and he was like, hey, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm picking up my kids right now. What's going on? And he was like, nah, because I just seen you post something on Facebook, and then it hit me. I was like, no, that's not me. That's the fake page. So he sent me the page. I said, yeah, that's the fake page. He said, man, I had to report. He said, I reported it. I thought we was going to have to pull up on somebody. I said, no. We good.
And see,
like,
if here you got Dwayne Williams, a guy who tours with you.
Yeah.
If this guy can't pick up on it,
like, yeah,
what are we going to do? you know.
Yeah.
So moving on, that Miss Rachel stuff, that was pretty recent. That happened just in early March, and still the rest happened in later March, but they're still sorting that out. This next story happened back in 2023, and I didn't hear about this until you sent it over to me. A man was placed behind bars in Bay County after a bizarre burglary at a Panama City Beach church. Deputies say Derek Porter used a cinder block to smash his way into the Emerald Beach Church of God, causing over $8,000 in damage. Once inside, Porter allegedly loaded a TV and computer into his truck, but not before taking a dip in the baptismal pool. Porter told investigators he couldn't remember much of the heist, but he did remember baptizing himself, claiming something held his head under the water. He now faces charges of burglary and criminal mischief, along with drug possession, because when they searched him, they found, surprise, Florida, methamphetamines on his person. And I think we can now figure out what was holding his head under the water.
Oh, that's exactly what did it right there. And I feel like he did it backwards. You know what I'm saying? Because he baptized himself and then stole the stuff. I was like, maybe he should have, stole the stuff and then baptized himself so that he can wash away his sins. That's how he should have did.
You don't use the get out of jail free card until you go to jail. You don't. I mean, that's the thing. You wash away all your sins, but you took a dip, scrubbed the sins off, and then the first thing you did was run out and sin some more. And I don't know if you caught the shirt he was wearing when they got him. But dude, if this guy wasn't just what do you do before the church knock over a Tommy Bahama? I mean, look at that, man. In fact, I wish I could find you this outfit for your golf event this weekend, because
I wish I'm gonna try. I'm gonna look for it.
It's not cream colored pants. I think you're gonna be good, man. I think you'll be good.
You know what this just tells me? We got to go to Bay County. We got to book a show in Bay County at this point.
Oh, I thought you were telling me I got to start going back to church. I'm like 7 years altar boy, time served. I'm good, man. I'm out. I'm like a blackjack dealer. I showed my hands. I'm like, I'll see you at the gates. We'll figure it out then.
No,
I wore a dress, guys. I wore a dress for 7 years.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we got to go to Bay County, man. I feel like that's the next move here, is to go to Bay County and take a picture in front of this church.
And side note, that gentleman, while it happened in Florida, he's from Georgia, which
of course
I feel like a lot of the Florida man stories. It's like, man, you couldn't have broke into a church in Georgia and took a swim. You had to come to Florida just to put this on us.
He's not getting anointed by Wicks.
I think they can't take the Florida. So when they get here, now the alligator through the drive-through window that we talked about, he's from Florida.
Yeah.
That's Florida. I don't know, Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel, that sounds very Florida. The fact that she went to jail the next day is what sealed the deal. I was surprised that they didn't find, any meth on her as well. That I was waiting to hear that. I was like, there got to be.
Well, she was probably in the process of getting the meth. That's what she needed the money for. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the ice cream gig didn't end up paying much. Had to go out, steal some Louis Vuittons, make a couple of bucks, get the meth because she had a gig in 2 more days. Yeah. Yeah. She had another gig where she was doing Morgan Freeman at a golf course. Master impersonator, the Rich Little of her time. Yeah. Now this last story, this one falls in line with, you remember last week we were talking about the woman who I got handed to her out of Fort Pierce, Florida. That's where Eric and I went to college. No. The one that the cops pulled over, went through her purse, found marijuana baggie and cocaine, a bag of cocaine in her purse. And without hesitation, she said, well, it's a windy day. It probably flew in the window and into my purse, which a lot of people laugh at her. But man, at least she didn't do the whole, I don't know, I don't know.
Not mine.
Which is not like this next guy. This happened back in 2017. A Hillsbury County man learned that some excuses just don't stick. During a traffic stop, deputies spotted 20-year-old Fabricio Tiros with a white powdery substance covering his nostrils. After the powder field tested positive for cocaine, Tiros reportedly claimed the drugs did not belong to him, despite literally having them attached to his face. A follow-up search revealed a bag of cocaine on his person, along with a significant amount of marijuana and Xanax inside the vehicle. Tiros was arrested on multiple felony charges, proving that in Florida, that evidence is sometimes as plain as the nose on your face. If you're watching this on YouTube, you don't even need to zoom in on this photo to see those nostrils. I give this man 100% on the Florida scale, just to have that face, that nose covered like he just finished a powdered donut. Look at the cop and go, cocaine ain't mine. It's literally in your nostrils, man.
That's a trustworthy face to me. I think that's fine.
It's even funnier to see the reflection of the police lights in his glasses.
Yeah.
Like you know he's going down. Like that's that look. Like I wonder if he believed me. Like I wonder if they believe this.
He looks like a good guy. He looks like a guy you'd hang out with. He just has to. But if you had a buddy riding shotgun, that's the buddy you want. Like, dude, don't let me sit there talking to a girl all night with, a bat hanging out my nostril, man. Give me a sign. Tell me to, you see the cop lights coming. You're pulled over. You got a few seconds. Like, I know they're gonna see if
your nose,
your seatbelt or something. But like, you
right,
get a little nose pipe down, right? I mean, who does that, man?
Something.
I was working at this place. It was a restaurant in Stuart, Florida called RJ Gators. And we had this early bird meal where it was called Beat the Clock. So if you came in at 4:15, you paid $4.15 for your meal. Gotcha. So we just had all these early birds coming in. And you would get these ladies coming in, sitting down, be like, Mike, it doesn't matter what time you get to our table. We were here at 4:01. Okay, whatever. You're gonna get your steak. You think it's real steak? You're paying $4 for it, all right? But all of the steakish, steak-like,
steak adjacent,
steak adjacent. There you go. But all of the dinners came with like Jell-O pudding cups. Like that was the dessert. Like Bill Cosby. Give me a Bill Cosby real quick, Eric.
So you got to put the Jell-O up in the pudding with the cups for the old people. It's 401. Thank you very much.
Something like that. So one day, I liked them. I would take them, and we would have shift meetings where there were missing chocolate puddings. Like, hey guys, I like the chocolate. I didn't smoke, man. So when other people went out on smoke breaks, I would just grab because I was tired of covering their stations while they were out there, smoking. So I'd be like, well, man, I'm going to take a sugar break. I'm going to go out. But one day I just went in and I went out back and I opened my Jell-O. I just smeared it all over my mouth, like all over my face. I didn't have the beard back there. I went running into the office and my night manager, her name was Holly. I'm like, Holly, somebody ate all the pudding cups and we just don't know where they are. And she's like, somebody, Mike. She's like, did you eat the Jell-O pudding cups? I'm no, Holly, I would never.
What?
And it just reminds you, like, your 1-year-old probably isn't old enough yet that you've caught them in a lie. But when you raised your girls, did you ever just bust them red-handed and they still like just kept the story going?
Well, my middle child, yes. My oldest, she didn't care about consequences. She would just say like she's one of those ones like, did you do this? And she'd be like, yeah, I did it. And it's kind of like daring you to make like, okay, I did it, your move. And I'm like, you know what? You got it. You told the truth. We're good. But it was more so like a dare, like I did it and what? That's what it was kind of.
My father told me, he's like, he had 3 sons and he's like, and it took me a while to break you. He's like, because he's like, I knew with your older brother, he's like, it was always going to get physical. Like they would fight, they would duke it out and stuff like that. He's like, I know with your little brother, I could just raise my voice and he would burst into tears. And he's like, with you, it took me a while, but then I figured it out. He's like, I couldn't smack you around because you didn't fight back. He's like, and I couldn't yell at you because it had no effect. He's like, but then one day I just looked at you and very calmly and said, Mike, I'm really disappointed. And I saw you just fall apart. And it was then that I knew that's my go-to.
Psychological warfare, right?
That was it. Nice. We wouldn't get into details or anything else. He just looked over and he's like, you really disappointed me. And I would just carry that weight for the rest of the week. Like, oh, I can't believe I'm a disappointment. And then I think I was like 36 when I'm like, well, you've disappointed me too, Dad. And here we are. And that's exactly how I am with my kids, man. My oldest is just such an angel, and he's just so like, you really have to watch you don't want to raise your voice. Like, I almost feel like I made him not hard enough for the world that's out there. And my youngest one, since he was little, man, there's nothing you can do. You know, I always said the secret to controlling a kid is find out what they love. And if you control that, you control the kid, you know? So like with Aiden, I used to be like, I knew he loved ice cream. I'm like, hey man, clean your room. He's like, no. I'm like, clean your room and we'll get ice cream. He's like, okay, we'll go get ice cream. With the youngest one, man, there's nothing. He'll be coloring. I'm like, hey, go clean your room. He's like, no. I'm like, well, clean your room or you can't color anymore. And he'll pick up his crayon and snap it in my face and be like, I never even liked coloring. I don't even know what you're talking about. You can't break that kid. And I'll be lying if I didn't say it kind of impresses me. I'm kind of like,
you can find Mike Herlihy's audiobook, How to Parent Your Children, available on all
it's called Stuff I Wish I Had Done Better. Is what it's called. But
look,
I
knew I lost when I looked at my oldest, and I can't remember what we were talking about. And I was like, I'm just gonna take your phone. She was like, here you go. And she gave me the phone, and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. Like, you got it. Like, like, you're just gonna give it to me. Yeah, you want the phone? Here goes the phone.
And that's when you find out your daughter has 3 burner phones.
Yeah.
If they give up a phone that easy, that's why I always tell people at shows, no man wants his woman looking through his phone. It's not even we're cheating or not. It's just it's a privacy thing. You know, there's stuff we just don't want you to see. And some woman at a show shouted out, she's like, my man lets me look through his phone all the time. And I'm like, well, you show me a man that lets his woman look through the phone, and I'll show you a man who has 2 phones. That's what you got going on there. And like, she just looked at her man and he just stared ahead like, man, what are you doing right now?
Come on, man. I had this other phone for like 2 years.
It's a Cricket, man. She didn't even know I paid with it with a prepaid card. I'm like, man, when your man's getting so much on the side, he's got to have a burner phone. That's a lot. That's a lot. But hey, last week we played Florida Grown, where we had to guess the celebrities. And I gotta say, man, I was impressed with what Eric came up with, because I think he stumped me. I think he stumped both of us on a couple of those there.
He got me.
And people commenting like, I knew it was Wesley Snipes. I knew it was him.
Of course. You know, we posted a couple of links, and one of them was a little bit of a segment of that game. And of course, everybody else knew exactly who it was. So to the people who watched and commented on that, I appreciate the ones that were honest enough with themselves to go ahead and say, I didn't get that. It's the same people whenever someone asks a question and people go, please don't Google this. And they automatically put the ChatGPT answer and pretend like they knew it. I'm like, whatever, dude. But this week, I hate to say it, Wicks, what I thought was going to be a fun game sounds like it's going to be a little bit tougher.
It's all right. It's all right. I got to redeem myself, so make it hard.
Here's what I tasked Eric with. We're going to be playing a game. It's called Put a Pin in It.
Okay.
And what the game basically is I asked Eric to go research Florida towns and Florida cities that just they're known for something like weird or unique. And I told him, find those cities, come up with the 3 clues that will lead us to that city, and we'll go ahead and try and guess the city. I told him I didn't want multiple choices of the cities, but here's what I found out. Even though I've driven all through Florida, you've been all through Florida, there's so many towns and cities we just don't know about. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm not feeling optimistic, because not everything can be like, oh, that's Orlando or that's Daytona. Some of these are like Loxahanna-Pennachi-Callaloosa that I've never heard of, but I know someone in Loxahanna-Callaloosa is going to call me up and be like, how do you not know about us? I'm like,
it's right near such and such.
Because you're 500 feet by 500 feet. Okay. That's why.
But I'm taking that guess away.
But you know, the purpose of this podcast is to check out all things Florida. So, you know, I'm not saying we know everything about Florida, but we're trying to learn. And I hope you can learn with us. So Eric picked out 5 cities, and he's going to start us off with some clues. And hopefully these clues, you know, if we missed the first one and the second one, hopefully they get a bit easier, but no guarantees here. And as always, whoever has the most at the end will be the winner of this inaugural episode of Put a Pin in It. Okay, Eric, it's all over to you, bud.
All right, here we go. First of all, I was open to giving you guys multiple choice, because this is tougher. So it'll be funny if somebody comments, oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that right off the bat. They got to be
a lot of guessing on this end. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. All right. So the first place we're going to start was founded in 1894 by a man named George Colby, who was a trance medium and guided by his spirit guide, Seneca, named this town, right? It's one of the oldest continuously active spiritual camps in the U.S., and it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1991.
I feel weird doing that build up.
Okay,
but I actually know this one.
Okay,
I know this one, but I'll give Wicks a shot. I'll give.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, all right, that's the first little clue. Now the second one, it's called the Devil's Chair Legend. All right, from this place. Okay, okay, so it's located in a local cemetery. Right, there's a brick bench known as the Devil's Chair, and
Confusion Circle.
What's that?
Confusion Corner and Stewart.
Confusion Stewart.
Those are definitely two places the devil has hung out.
Has to be. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Now, legend claims that if you leave a sealed beer overnight, by the morning, it will be open.
Right. Yep.
And appearing that the devil has drunk that beer. Yep. So that's the lore behind it. The third, so our third clue on this, it is known as the psychic capital of the world. Right, small community. It's got about 30 or 40 certified mediums, healers, and psychics, and they offer range of services, tarot card readings, things of that nature. So, with those three clues, all right, trance medium, spirit guide, Devil's Chair, psychic capital of the world. What town?
I got it.
Okay. All right. Mike's got.
You want to take a guess?
Get Wicks first. Yeah.
You want to take a guess, Wicks?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna buzz in right now. Casadega, Florida. Casadega?
That is right, Mike.
And here's the only reason. Here's the only reason I know this. I used to do a comedy club in DeLand, Florida, and that's like 15 minutes away from Casadega. And when I was doing a show, I mentioned something about witches, and afterwards, this woman came up to me and just spilled everything about Casadega. And then a couple of years later, I got booked to do a show in Casadega. I actually went to the cemetery where that bench is that they call the Devil's Throne, and I talked about it at the show in Casadega, and I felt like crap because the people set me straight on what it is. It's actually the parents had their daughter die. And they built that bench out of bricks so they could go and sit with their daughter and talk to her every now and then. But then over the years, it became a legend that it was the Devil's Throne, and high school kids would go out there and leave beers. And I'm thinking, man, I just think there's a really drunk groundskeeper at that cemetery that every night he's doing the shit. And he's like,
another beer.
Yeah. You call it the Devil's Chair. I call it a blessing from the Lord. Just
maybe that's the guy that started the rumor. Maybe the grounds person started the rumor so he could get free beer.
I'm getting free beer.
Right.
Exactly.
Genius.
But
yeah,
you go out there and they have, like, you can go into these crystal shops and they have these psychics and mediums and they can do aura readings and all the other stuff. So if you're ever into like a witchy good time, go on out there, get your palm read, buy some rocks, get some good luck stuff going on. Maybe head out to the cemetery, but it's a small little place, but it's definitely if you're into that stuff, it's going to be a lot of women walking around in sundresses and dream catchers is what it is.
All right,
all right, Casadega. Well, you know what? I'm feeling lucky, but that was only because I had a personal experience there. So I don't know what you got next, but beginner's luck on that one, 100%.
All right, so our next town was the setting for a July 17th, 2011 episode of a Florida-based A&E crime drama called The Glades.
Ooh.
I've given away a little something, but not right?
I don't know, because it's got Glades in it. I'm already thinking Wicks is in on this one.
The episode, I'm not going to give you this. I can't give you the title of the episode, but it revolved around a murder in this town, right? That's known as a haven for retired circus performers. Right. So a lot of former residents were circus performers. Percy the Monkey Boy. The human blockhead.
Okay. I used to do that trick.
Yeah. 8.5 foot giant and the Bertram Siamese twins.
And if I'm not mistaken, we're doing gigs in Sarasota, not this weekend, but next weekend. This is right near Sarasota. It's by the Ringling Art Museum, right?
Look at her. So apparently this is not as hard, or at least
dude, do you remember what I spent a couple of summers doing out in Clearwater, Florida, when I was doing the sideshow stuff? So I was really into circus arts for a while. So yeah.
Right. So the second clue is it was the winter home for Ringling Brothers. In Tampa, Sarasota, Venice at various times, but it was another one of the homes. And it is known as Showtown, USA. It was a hotspot for carnies to repair rides and train exotic animals during the off season.
We might have to grab lunch in this town when we're out in Sarasota, man. Like, I already want to do that Ringling Museum while we're out there, because that place is gorgeous. You did say that. Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. But
that means Mike knows.
I feel bad because I do. I know. I got a book somewhere up here about this place. It's I believe it's Gibsonton, Florida.
That's what. Okay.
Have you heard of Gibsonton?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's one of those cities that you pass by, but you don't.
Yeah. And apparently what it was these people just wanted to be able to have their off time around themselves and each other. So they built up this town. So when it wasn't season, they could just walk around town without being stared at, because it was just all carny and circus folk. And apparently they got some good restaurants out there. It's not uncommon to see people with like circus animals in their backyard at one point, because that's where they would have them. For a while after high school, I was trying to make it as a sideshow act. So I was doing fire eating and beds of nails and walking on broken glass. And the human blockhead is where you take a nail and you pound it into your nose, in your nasal cavity. And it freaks people out. But you know what ruined it? COVID. Because when everybody started getting those nasal swabs and realizing, we can all shove a whole Q-tip up our nose, all of a sudden no one's impressed when you're pounding a penny nail into your nose. But yeah, man, Gibsonton, Florida. I've always wanted to make time to swing through there and grab. I hear they got a lot of nice cafe or good food and stuff like that. And I'm sure it's all like cotton candy and elephant ears and stuff, just fair food.
Well, we're gonna spend a lot of time by there. We got Sarasota and Port Charlotte, and maybe even Venice. We're gonna see. So we might have a lot of time over there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that big announcement not too long after this. We got another date just added right before we recorded, which I'm super excited about because it's a beautiful venue. But, all right, Eric, beginner's luck, 2 for 2. I guarantee I don't know another town in Florida.
Now I'm looking at my list and I'm like, we gotta get one on Wicks. We gotta give one on Wicks.
You know what I feel like? I feel like Slumdog Millionaire right now. I feel like you could ask me any other 2 questions and I wouldn't have gotten right. But because I had personal experiences in those small towns. But go ahead. Right. What you got, man?
I really like this one because I know it personally, but as well, the first fact that it starts with is just hilarious to me.
Okay.
So the community originally had the name Jackass in it. That is the community. Okay. So the original name had the word Jackass in it. And in the late 60s, the Desert Test Center conducted a biological warfare experiment in this town. The experiment was part of Project 112 and was labeled a DCT test. And it was tested to determine its effectiveness against a wheat crop in the time of war. That's the second. So basically, they were making a chemical to go against wheat crops for wartime. Right. And then the third, and maybe if you know the area, you know that the Desert Inn is famous in this. It's a famous historic 1880s trading post, bar, and former bordello, and it was called the Desert Inn, and it served as a major landmark for this town until a semi-trailer crashed into it in 2019, leading to its eventual demolition.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything, Wicks?
I have nothing for this one.
I know nothing about anything you spoke about, except, if I'm not mistaken, sometimes when I'm driving through there, I think at one intersection there's an abandoned bar looking. I had no idea that it's. I might be wrong on this. It might be something totally different, but I don't think that's it.
I want him to get this one wrong. No, it's a matter of pride.
I see the road and I see the place. I want to say, is it in Okeechobee?
No.
Okay.
You know he's not picking anything near Okeechobee.
No,
out of fear. I'm not talking about Okeechobee, but they're gonna find me here in Jersey. Man.
I see the desert. It's and I just went out. I always see it when I cut through the middle of the state, though. From here, I feel like I don't know.
I'm not saying anything else.
No, I feel like it's on the East Coast.
I feel like when you say it, I'm gonna know. Like, yes, that's where that Desert Inn place is. Like, I see it. I see the place on the right, like Cata Corner. I drive past it. It's on the right, and it's right by. It would make sense because all these semis intersect right there.
So what you're saying is you would say that this place is almost like a junction, is what you would say this place
is. Yes. Yeehaw Junction. Is
that what it is?
Route 60. You take it out. There's the desert. Yes.
It is.
I didn't get that
Junction,
one. I did not get that one.
Original name was meant to be Jackass Junction,
and that makes so much sense with the yeehaw now.
Where is it? Because I've seen it.
If you're on 95, and I think it's Route 60 where you can get off, and you go to the East Coast, you go to Vero Beach.
Gotcha.
But if you go right, and that's why I was thinking, because if you go right on 60. You go past it, and then you pick up a road and go down to Okeechobee. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was a bordello. That's still standing. Like that sign's still there.
The sign
the
is
Desert Inn. I think it's still there. Because I've seen that sign. I didn't know it was a brothel. So
not a brothel or bordello.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Maybe it's more reputable.
That's what they said.
I think it's just a fancier way to say the same thing.
Bordellos take credit cards. Who knows?
Are you saying they did like a whole bunch of chemical testing out there?
They did, biological testing.
That would make sense. I've met some of the people from out there. That makes sense.
Last how the hills have eyes kind of feeling.
They've had some moments. Okay. Yeah, they've had some moments. Man, well, nobody on that one, man. But I always Yeehaw Junction. It always felt like kind of a touristy trap. Like you would see the name like Yeehaw Junction. It's like, okay, let's stop off and get some Subway, and that's all that was there. Like one billboard.
Seriously, and that's what I thought when
one of those sickos with a McDonald's built into it. That's all I've ever seen.
Oh,
there,
gotcha.
man.
Yeah.
Now watch, the inbox is gonna be flooded with Yeehaw Junction. People are like, how dare you, sir?
They coming after y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. I didn't say nothing crazy. Don't come after me, y'all.
I got 3 arms and gonna beat you with all of them.
leave me alone, Okeechobee and Yeehaw.
Yeah, we should just call this game list of places Mike isn't welcome to do shows anymore. All right, what else you got there, kiddo?
All right. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so our next town is rooted in sponge making. Apparently, it is the sponge capital of the world.
No, the villages?
That's
Lupas.
You're right.
So, following the discovery of commercial quality sponges in the late 1800s, Greek immigrants brought specialized diving techniques to the area, establishing a thriving industry that still operates today, particularly around the famous sponge docks.
Yep.
So that's the first clue.
I don't know. I can't remember the name of the city. If it helps, I know it's right above Palm Harbor. I know it's right above Palm Harbor. I'm trying to think of the name of the place.
Let's give you the second clue. All right. So this was settled in 1870 and apparently incorporated in 1887, and it was historically known as Venice of the South due to its numerous bayous. That is your second clue.
I should know this.
All right, silent. All right, I got silence. Yeah. We got heavy thinking. All right, so then I'm going to give you the third clue. All right, has the highest, and I mentioned this in the first clue. This boasts the highest percentage of Greek Americans of any city in the United States.
Yep, lots of Windex sold there. Yeah.
Influence, right? Food, music, annual events, and it has apparently one of their events is the large Epiphany celebration in January in this town.
It's
I was
right
invited
above
to it.
Yeah,
I can't think of what it is. I was invited to it though.
Dude, I can see it. It's literally right above Palm Harbor, Florida, where there's a comedy club out there that I've done several years called Snappers Comedy Club. And when me and Kevin White play there, we actually go, it's a 15-minute drive from the hotel. We go to the Sponge Docks. The whole little downtown area is Greek restaurants. And like they got the menus posted and it's just like octopus and everything. Like I've never been brave enough to try it, but a lot of fresh seafood. You can actually go out on the sponge boats and they'll take you out and you can, like I see everything crystal clear. And what was the major hurricane? The last one that came through and just tore up the West Coast, Wicks. Which one was that? Like 2 years ago?
Oh, Milton, or it was Milton.
Yeah, they got nailed because we went through in October and a lot of the restaurants were still had sandbags down and they were rebuilding everything and it's killing me, man. But I'll tell you,
talking about the one that hit the north of Tampa, so it went
yeah.
So it wasn't Milton. Milton hit, was it?
I can as I don't know if it's easy or an easy thing, but I can tell you it's in Pinellas County.
I know
that doesn't help me. I don't know. The only thing I know less than cities is counties.
Counties I'm good with.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, we got our game for next week then. But man, you know what's upsetting me? As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, of course. Like I got a parking ticket.
It's gonna be one of those ones. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones.
Man, I just I don't. I'm supposed to know it. No, Palm Harbor is as close as I can get with you.
All right, let's give the last easy or quote. It's at the second word in the name, and Florida has a lot of these, right? So Springs is
Tarpon Springs.
Boom.
Yeah,
there you go.
Tarpon Springs.
I was invited to it.
How did I not know that?
I was invited to it.
Oh, man. Tarpon Springs, I'm sorry. I let you down. You guys ain't like Yeehaw Junction. I should have treated you better.
And they did. They got hit because we had 2023, we had a Dahlia.
Yeah.
Milton, and there was one more that hit. We got hit with 3 in 2023.
And they took it pretty bad. And here's the thing, man. Like, I'm upset Yeehaw and Okeechobee, but man, you upset those Greeks. It's over, man. It's over. They'll send their family. They'll send their kids after you. Generations. I'm done. Listen, it's fine. I'm sorry, Tarpon Springs.
Yeah, because they hit because that's right. Yeah. That's right above. What's by like Crystal River, right, or maybe south of Crystal River?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was just out there in like that area, like Inverness, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that whole area over there. So, all right, was that the last one? I got one more.
I do have I have a couple of more, but
all right. Well, that was 4, and right now I'm gonna give Wicks that one. So right now we're at 2-1, and let's finish it out here. And we had the one Yeehaw Junction that was a draw. So let's get this one. Let's end on a high note. Let's end with something good here.
All right. Here we go. So this town is famous for a prayer. It's one of the oldest prayers. If you're Catholic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And not only that, but if you listen to opera or classical music, you know that Schubert composed based off this prayer and this song. But what I really, so that's the first clue.
Okay.
Now, the second, obviously, being the fact that it's named after a prayer. It is one of the largest Catholic focused and founded towns that was actually founded not too long ago, in 2005. And it has, it's a newer kind of town, and its main church is an oratory church, named after the town. And then here's the best. Here's what I thought was the funniest or best clue. It was founded by the founder of Domino's Pizza, Mr. Tom Magan. This town was founded. And we'll go into the topic of pizza between New Jersey, New Yorkers, and Florida up there on another time. But
yeah, well, if you want to make New York pizza, it's like every other pizza, but you don't wash your hands before you do it.
That's exactly it.
They're like, it's in the water. I'm like, yeah, the water you don't use to wash your hands. That's what gives it the flavor. Now the New Yorkers. I wasn't going to perform there anyway. So
I have a guess. Guess.
Do you?
Okay.
And it's a very random guess, but it's only a guess because, and I don't even know if it's that. Is it Ava Marie? It's not Ava Marie, is it?
Ava Marie or Ava Maria?
Ava Maria. Ava Maria. There you go.
Yep.
And I was with you. I'm like, the only thing I can think of that was a song and a prayer that's not by Bon Jovi is
and they're not living on it.
Ave Maria. Yeah.
The only reason I was thinking about it's near Immokalee. Remember when I was telling you they spawned a town?
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you because you had been telling me that there was a town that just kind of started on the up and coming, and it's actually really kind of nice.
It is. And yes, it's actually becoming very popular. I just love that it was founded by the founder of Domino's Pizza.
Yeah. Which is funny because if you said Papa John's, I would know exactly the type of people living there. I'd be like, oh, okay.
All right.
I got you. There's gated communities, and then there's gated communities. Shaq's the only one allowed to show up there.
They sent when I worked for DirecTV, or a company that installed DirecTV. By the way, my worst job ever. Not DirecTV, the company. But the company installing DirecTV, listen, it was my worst job ever. But they sent me out there, and I grew, like I said, I stayed in Immokalee till I was like 6, but I moved to Fort Myers. But I always went to Immokalee, and Immokalee, there's a way to go to Naples. Like even when you go past the casino, if you keep going, you'll get to Naples. And then a community just spawned, and I was like, what is this? And I know it had to be fairly recent because as a kid, high school, middle school, we would go to Naples all the time with my older cousins, and it was never there.
Nothing.
And then I started working for DirecTV, and they sent me out there, and I'm like, when did this get here? So that's why I had to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Well, good. Well, that was the first time ever playing. Put a pin in it, and I gotta tell you, man, I don't know. I think it's hard. It's hard, but I feel like next time we do this,
you guys did pretty well. Like
we did all right. We got by.
I thought it was going to be harder, especially the first two.
But all it's really shown to me is there's towns I've actually had meals in, and I still don't remember the name of the place. You know, so but I will say this. You know, a lot of the gigs we've been doing, it's been a drive in, do the show, and drive out. And what we're trying to do now is schedule some time to actually spend in those towns. So we're looking forward to doing things. And if you're listening and you see us coming through a town and you got some advice on a local place we need to hit up or something we need to do while we're in town, we're always looking for stuff to do because the comedy shows are at night, but we got days to fill. And I think you guys know Wicks enjoys. He's got his whole other show, Floridaing, where he goes off on his adventures. Reach out to us at askwicks@gmail.com if you got any suggestions, recommendations, things we have to do when we come into your town. And even if you're in a town we're not performing in, but you're close by, even more so, we want to go there and check you guys out because you might not have a venue we can play, but that doesn't mean we can't hang with you. So
exactly. Or we'll find a venue. Well,
yeah,
somewhat.
We've gotten lucky. We've gotten lucky. Find some decent venues. Speaking of which, do you want to tell them or you want me to tell them?
I feel like you should tell them.
All right.
I feel like you should let them know because this was brought to y'all. This was
Mhm.
all Mike's. I'm gonna give you 100% of the credit. Mike came and he
this
was
won't
like,
work out for us.
You know,
You just jinxed it.
I messed it up. No, Mike came and we were looking at different parts of Florida because we try to. I would say there's a strategy behind it, but the strategy really is y'all say, "Hey, we want y'all to come here," and then we just go there. Like that's how the strategy's been.
Our
working
strategy
so
is literally called managed chaos.
Yes.
Hey, let's just do it all, but let's
where do
make
y'all
sure
want us
we
to go
do it
next?
at the right time. Yeah,
exactly. And but this place we hadn't even mentioned it. I don't even know. Mike was just like, "Hey, there's this venue that I played at, and it's very nice." And I was like, "Okay." And he sent me pictures of it. He told me the name. We looked it up, and I was like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
And we booked the show. And I don't even think I asked anybody, but as far as the supporters, whether they wanted us to come there, it was just like, we're booking this show. Mm-hmm. And go ahead, Mike, take over. This is you.
Oh,
it wasn't a construction house, was it? I just want to make sure.
No, this is
right, just making sure. That's all.
This is a beautiful area. It's Mount Dora, Florida, known for its street arts and festivals and everything else. Mount Dora is one of those historic Florida cities, but they have a music hall down there called the Mount Dora Music Hall. It sits, I think, 630 people. And my buddy Ross Padgett years ago asked me to do a show with him with Real Radio out there. And as soon as I saw that theater, I was like, this place is gorgeous. And it's like, we've done some big theaters, like Thrasher Theater held 1,700 people. I think we had about 1,300 there when we performed, but that place was massive. And then we've played some places that are 300 or 500. This place is that perfect medium of just 650 people. So it's big enough, but it's small enough to feel like still personable and fun. And a lot of these venues, like when you guys hit up Wicks and you're like, come here, we're trying. But a lot of these venues, they got schedules. They've had things on the books for years out. There's hoops you got to jump through. Some of them are attached to colleges that can work with outside shows. Some of them are attached to, companies that we have to go through their production companies. So we're trying. Trust me, we're trying. And so far, this has been just one of those venues that as soon as we mention to them, hey, we want to come through, they're like, yes, what we need to do to make that happen. So I'm super excited about it. Plus, they gave us the choice of, I think, did they give us August, late August, or December?
September
and August,
December.
Yeah.
What's it?
I think it was
September.
August because it was still the end of the summer. Maybe. Either way.
September, the weekend that Ken.
Ken was already unavailable. I had something on the books. Yes. And then we didn't want to do anything after the midway point of December because, people have holidays and office parties. And we spent last year we did Halloween shows. We did Thanksgiving shows. We did Christmas shows. We did New Year shows. We paid our dues all in the first 4 or 5 months. Yeah. But when they said December 19th, I was like, I don't know, guys. That's the week before Christmas. But everybody's like, it's beautiful. And more importantly, Mount Dora is gorgeous at Christmas time. They do it.
Yeah, it is.
So tickets for that. I think we were talking to our tour manager right before the show. Brick is going to have those tickets for Mount Dora up and available on our website, Omgitswicks.com. That's the only link you need, Omgitswicks.com, because that will take you right to the venue's website. Don't deal with third parties. Don't be buying offline $400, $500. People are out there getting crazy with these tickets. So those tickets will go on sale Friday, I believe, at noon. Just check out Omgitswicks.com. Other than that, man, we got Sarasota coming up next weekend. We have 6 already sold out shows. So maybe we'll head over to Gibsonton and grab some lunch and maybe see a giraffe or something hanging out in someone's yard. Then May 2nd, you're double dipping, man. You got what in the morning? What are you doing in the morning on May 2nd?
Florida Outdoor Expo. So I basically, you get all the outdoor activities, all the outdoor, equipment. They have animals there. They have like an archery contest. They have barbecue. They have a bunch of different things going on, and it's that's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. But I'll be there the 2nd, and then I'm going to Boca right after that. So, I'm ready.
Meisner Studio.
Yeah,
Boca Raton, Florida. We got 2 shows, 6 and 8:30, show up. Every other show we have right now is sold out or selling out, and Boca. Close. Boca, I feel bad because Boca, I talked you guys up like no end. I'm like, they're gonna love us in Boca and Boca, and we've been seeing some tickets moving here and there, but there are tickets available. We'd love to have you there. Don't worry, we're gonna do the show no matter what. But
yeah, we'll be there.
But we already got, I think it's 250 people coming out. We already got 250 people coming out. Guys, right now, just the way things are going with Dania and Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach and Jupiter, I don't know if we're going to have anything on the books in 2026. So this might be our only kind of Gold Coast show right now. So if you were holding out, hoping we're going to hit up Dania or something like that, I don't see that happening right now. I would love to get the Dania Improv on the books. I just don't think we're going to get in there before 2027. Palm Beach, they're still building their improv, and the couple of venues we've talked to are booked up for the rest of 2026. So if you want to catch this show, because come 2027, I don't think we've talked about this. The unofficial name of this tour right now is the What's Going On Out Here tour. When we flip into the new year, or actually in October or November, when we go back through Naples, it's all different material. We're starting all over. It's our sophomore album. So that's good news for the people who have seen us this last year. You're going to come see all new material. But for the people who haven't seen it in 2026, if you're on the Gold Coast, this might be your only chance to catch this version of the show.
Yeah.
So all that being said, we do have time for a couple of these Ask Wicks questions. And once again, at the end of all our shows, we do an on-stage question and answer segment with Wicks. And you can email those questions to askwicks@gmail.com. But now we're going to use that for right here on the podcast as well. So one of the questions we had that came in today was, Wicks, have you ever tried any of the following Florida delights? Manatee, gator, and or squirrel?
I mean, I did gator.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when you said it, RJ Gators.
Yeah.
They had gator.
That's the first place I had it too.
Yep.
So yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about RJ Gator's gator tail? Because that's what we called it, gator tail, and they came out like little nuggets, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I worked there, and people would have like they bite into gator, and they get like a piece of metal in their gator, and I would have to go get a manager, and the manager would come out and be like, "Oh, that's the buckshot from when they killed the gator," and the tourists would be like, "Oh," and they collect it. And I worked there for a good year before I found out from the same manager. He's like, "That's not buckshot. We got old fryers. The baskets are falling apart." So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that on the air. I think they're already closed down and out of business.
Yeah, they're closed down now. So
yeah. If they didn't close down, that will get them to close down.
That's it right there. That's
so. But I'm just thinking about all those guys up in New Jersey that have that frame, that buckshot from that gator they ate. And it's like, nah, man.
I'm going to take that down. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.
The fryer basket.
Oh man, this kind of follows it up. I didn't even see this. What's the closest you've ever been to an alligator? Well, he just answered that. It's been in his stomach. So there you go. But I think they're asking. Yeah, but you know the problem, man. You got that knockoff account making all that AI stuff. So did you actually what's the closest you've been with an alligator?
I was standing over it. So the gator was like, I'm standing over it. It's a picture of it. I have a stick, because you got to hold a stick just in case the gator swings around. You got to have something in between you. But yeah, I'm just standing over the back of the gator. So, but no, I get pretty close.
Where was that at? Was that Gatorland?
Gatorama.
Gatorama. Where's that about?
In Palmdale, Florida, right by LaBelle. I can take you there too.
You could have asked me any questions about Palmdale and LaBelle, and I wouldn't have had any idea. I have no idea what those places are.
Wicks,
I know about those.
You got to take them.
I'm taking them.
That is beautiful content right there. I love it. Oh yes.
Give you the full Florida experience.
No, wait. You've eaten gator. What were the other two? Squirrel and
manatee. You're not allowed to eat manatee.
They were joking about the manatee. They were joking.
I hope so.
I don't know, man. They were from Yeehaw Junction. I don't know.
And I'm going to say this. So I had a friend who had, because sandhill cranes are another one, right?
They're endangered.
You're not allowed to hunt them, or
they shouldn't be allowed to hunt us. Is what it should be.
They're protected in Florida, but in other states they eat them.
I had a friend who hunted and sandhill crane, and served it up for himself, and enjoyed it. I was like, that's okay. I'll stick with regular chicken.
Yeah,
I'm good.
They call them the ribeyes of the sky. Is what they call them.
Are you serious?
Really?
No, I'm being serious. People in other states call it because they'll be like, y'all don't eat those, and be like, we can't. And they be like, well, they taste so good. They're called the ribeyes of the sky.
Wow.
And people actually eat them, but in Florida they're protected, so you can't really, That's why they have such an attitude. They know you can't do anything to them.
Yeah.
So. yeah. Go ahead, touch me. I'll take you to court.
Right.
And I guess we'll finish off with this one. We've got this one a couple of times, and I think your answer is always different because you keep seeing different things. What is the most Floridian thing you've ever seen?
I guess it would depend on what they would consider. Because, like, I see normal stuff, like I see what's normal to me. Like, I was coming home the other day and there was a chameleon just crossing the power line. I seen two gators fight. I seen, a python and a gator fight, crocodile and a gator fight. And then you got the Florida man stuff where people just do crazy stuff all the time, and you just kind of,
You just kind of get desensitized to it after a while. It really takes something now to get you shocked.
Yeah, like you'll see something and it's like somebody sent me something of a car, and it was like towing this huge boat, and I was like, well, what's wrong with it? And there was another one where this car had like a window AC unit, and it was like in the back seat, like in the back window of a car, and I'm like, I don't see the problem. This is Florida. Your AC is AC. Like you ever rode in the summer of Florida with no AC? It turns you into a whole different person. So I don't know. I see certain things and it's normal to me.
I don't know what the rule in towing is in Florida, but I was doing gigs up in Georgia, and I think I got a video of it up on my Instagram. There was a car towing another car with no driver, towing another car with no driver. It was like a centipede of cars, like 5 cars. And none of them look like they should be on the road. Like, they all look like cars I drove all the way into my 30s. These are not cars you should put. But I'm like, how's that even say? But I saw it one time. I figured, oh, that's insane. And then I saw it 30 minutes later. Other people, I saw them go past highway patrol.
Oh, yeah.
So I think in Florida, like, I've seen people tow a car with tow straps, no real tow truck. But I think out of state, you can tow up to like 5 or 62 cars. I'm not sure what it is. It's crazy, man.
Between 5 and 62.
Just keep it. 63 would be ridiculous. How are you going to pull a Yui?
And I'm sure
like a train.
I'm sure everybody was frustrated by the fact that it stayed in the left lane
the whole time,
the entire time. The centipede of cars.
Well, folks, that is it. I know we went a little bit over our time, but I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we got a lot of gigs coming up. A lot of them are sold out. A lot of them have some tickets left. You can go to omgitswicks.com. That will take you to the direct link to the venue. Don't pay those weird resale prices for tickets. Go ahead and get them directly from the venue. We're going to do this. New episodes out every Tuesday. You can check us out on Facebook. That's on Florida. All the episodes are going to be up on YouTube right now. Also, That's on Florida, just YouTube /@That's on Florida. On behalf of myself, Mike Herlihy, our producer, Erick Rivera, and, of course, the official, unofficial ambassador of all things Florida, Omgitwicks. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.